Okay, so I'm gonna start the recording, and this week we'll see how we can create a scene, for example, like this at night or a day. Where? It's too heavy, but we're gonna start from scratch. Also today I'm gonna create environment from scratch. It's a very simple environment, but to just give you also some idea about how to can create environment and how you can use Megascan assets to create environment. So I will leave this environment now because it's too heavy, and we'll start from scratch. So simply I can create basic, okay? And if you look at this image, I found this image. We will not create this house, but we can create lookout for this house. We can just create a box, or we can open 3D Max to create something similar to this. Okay, but we have here some grasses, and the lighting here, it looks really nice because it's overcasting, and also it has some nice soft sunlight. Okay, so if you remember, the first thing we have to do, it's analyze the image. So what we need from here, we need HDRI to just match the skylight. We need the spotlight because here we will not use the directional light. If you remember, if you want to have some indirect light and fake the sunlight, we can use for sure spotlights or even point lights. And also here, it's very simple. It's ramp and has some grass. Okay, so to do this, we'll remove this. And here from selection mode, there is something that's called landscape. Okay, if we create landscape, it gives you this grid. So I say, okay, that's fine. Okay, so to create a ramp, it's very simple. There is something here, it's called ramp. Okay, so I will put point, let's say here, and point here. Okay, so it's created 2 points, and this point I need to bring it more up. So if we put the camera over there, so it's something like this, and we can move it more far. We just have enough distance. And here we can change the weight here. So we can say that's 15,000 or 25,000. Okay, that's enough for me now. And after that, you can just press on add ramp. You see now we have nice ramp. It's created nice ramp. And just try to put the camera to see if the ramp it's enough. Okay, so it should be okay. So from here, it's better to create a camera to just save your position. So I will go here and create camera. I will leave it for now, and then we'll back to selection. Okay, now we need to start to paint some grasses. Okay, in Unreal Engine, it's very, very simple. So we can go to here, from here, and you can open Quixel Bridge. And just wait. And you have to sign in by using your, you can use your Google account or Epic account or even Facebook. But I will not sign now because I already have some assets. So if you want to get a grass, you can simply go 3D Planet, and you will find big library for the planet's grass or any village that you are looking for. You will find a bunch of them. Okay, so for this mode, we trying to find something similar to this. So let's try to see if we have something here, maybe herb, or we have here grass. Hmm. Where the grass? Let's go back here to the grass. So yeah, we have some here. Yeah, that one, it's perfect for now. So I can simply press sign in and it will give you access after you sign in to download your assets.
Yeah, after it downloads first, and then once it's done loading, you will have like an add button to add
Yeah,
it to the current project that you have open, and it will
yes,
automatically create a folder.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you now everything here. So let's take it step by step. Okay, so now I sign in and you see now we have a download. You can select your quality. So the highest one, let's move with the medium or high quality is the
High
highest.
is
It's
8K, yeah.
8K. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. So I will just download the high. It's 4K download. Now it's really fast. So once you download it, you can just simply press add. Okay. And here it's already imported all the digress. Okay. So what we're gonna do now, we will go to selection mode, and here I will select Foliage. Okay. And it's already selected all the assets here, but if it doesn't select it, so you can simply, we can simply drag and drop and put it here. Okay. So what you need now to just enable all of them. And when you enable, now we have this painting brush. So now I can start painting. But the problem now, it's the grass, it looks small and also it doesn't has the enough distance. So from here, okay, density, I can say, okay, 1200, and the scale, let's scale it up to 3, the max 3 and the min 2 to have some variation. Okay. So as you can see here, we can start painting. Maybe we can use 4, 5, 4 to have more distance. And okay, so I think that's enough for now. Okay, if we go back here, we have some nice grass. Doesn't matter to be 100% match, but at least we have some grass here. So in the landscape, we can assign a material. So if you open the Omega scan, or you can follow the same thing, you can go here and search for surface. Something is wrong here. Okay, so from surface also you have a bunch of materials that you can use it in your projects for free. So you can just simply download any one of them and import it. So I will try to find one here. So if I go here to surface, okay, I think, yeah, that one, it's good for me now. Just press add. Okay, so now I have this. I can simply select the landscape and just drag and drop here. Okay. So now I have this scene. Let's try to create this house. We're gonna just add a block out, okay?
By the way, that wooden
Yeah.
fence there, you can find that on Pixel as well. If you want
Yes,
to add
building.
not the building, the fence, with the
Oh, the
wooden
fence. Yes, yes.
in
It's
the
I think,
yeah.
yeah. I think the fence also we can find. There is a lot of thing here. So if we go to the 3D assets and oh no, this my download assets. So we can go to the 3D assets.
You can search also on the top, like fence,
Absolutely.
whatever you
Yes.
want.
We can go to the historic, for example, or natural. You have a bunch of assets here, you can use it. So, but we are, yeah, we have fence here. We can use this for sure. Add. Oh, we need to create. By the way, it's yeah,
yeah.
it's a good thing here to show you something very important. So let's say you are environmental artist and you are looking for to create the fans like this one, okay? And you need in the end to create it in only one object. So it's very simple here. So you can just say I am gonna have one fence here. Okay, let's say this is the second, the third, and from here I will create this. So just let's say we have something similar. Okay, and let's say you have this fence and you need to merge it in only one object. So you can select all of this and then go to here to here, yeah, tools, and you will find something is called merge actors. So once you merge this actor, you can name it and put in anywhere. So okay, let's save it here in content. Okay, once you save it, remove the old one, and now we have a new one. It's only one object. Okay, so when I go back here to the camera, I can just simply add it here. Okay, and from the camera, I think we need to change the lens to get more wide.
Also, the image is very horizontal, right? Like it's
Yes,
very
very
tall.
horizontal for sure. But it's okay, we don't care. We're just trying to match the lighting for
Yeah.
now. So I don't care.
Also, I would
So,
suggest with the foliage, in order to avoid any performance issues, because if you go crazy with the foliage, it can
yeah,
add a lot of stress on the.
yes,
So before you do the foliage, just try to have your shot that you know more or less, right, where the
absolutely, yes.
area is. So
The
you don't
scattering, yeah,
cover, yeah, so you don't cover area that won't be in your shot and it would just eat
yeah,
some of
it's a
your
good,
resources.
yeah, it's a good catch, yeah. So yeah, as Nimi said, before you add the scattering the voltage, just create your camera and make sure this is the area that's gonna show the voltage. And once you have this, you can start painting in just the invisible area. And anything will not be visible, just remove any voltage because it's take too much from the performance. Okay. So now we just create a very simple scene and it's time to add a HDR light, but I would prefer to create a block out for this house. So it just box. It's been a while since I opened 3D Max. Wow.
I haven't seen 3D Max in, I don't know, like 5 years or something.
Oh, now for me, 3 years at least. So yeah, just very simple. I don't need more than this. So export. Oops. Don't need to build Nanite, so
What is Nanite?
Nanite system, it's a new system from the Epic that make you can now import any object even if you have a million polygons. You
Oh,
can
that's great.
start
I didn't
doing.
know
Yeah.
this.
Oh, really? No,
No, I didn't know
now
it.
if you need to import any objects now in Unreal Engine 5 above, you can simply just select enable Ninty, or you can even enable this from the object. So let's say you have an old project and you convert it to Unreal 5. So you can open this here, and from this we have Ninty setting. You can say enable Ninty
Enable.
support.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't need to optimize the mesh like before, like
No,
no?
no, no,
Oh,
no,
this is
no.
great.
Yeah,
Okay, this is
this is a
awesome.
new.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't know
why the
this.
new games it looks more nicer now. So oops, let's leave them in the top here. Mm, Okay, so now we create the scene, very simple scene. We have nothing now in the scene, so we need to create HDRI lights. It's the first step. If you remember the first step, we have to create the ambience. Okay, so we'll scale this up. So let's say it's 1500. And if you remember the HDRI Heaven, this website, it's a great for you. And we'll find exterior, natural, maybe here. And or we can type here overcasting. It's better. Overcast. Oh. So let's try to find, okay, so I think that's a great one. Yeah, it's match. Download this one and will drag and import it to the scene. Okay, once I imported, I will just select it here. So turn off the skylight, the exposure. Okay, and we'll try to just add low lights for now. HDRI, we can drag it till here. Okay, and the camera position, it's away to the right. Yes, I love that. Wow. Okay, so now we have this scene. So let's add the post-processing to just make sure the Lumen system it's enabled. So from post-processing infinity, and then we'll search for Lumen system. This scene has an issue with the Lumen system because I converted from 4 to 5. But we'll see what we're gonna get with the Lumen system. If it doesn't work, we'll go back to screen size. But for now, okay. All right. So after we have this, let's try to add the key light. It's the spotlight. And as you remember, we not add any post-processing until we finish the scene. We try to keep the light natural as possible. So from here, I will use the temperature. So let's say it's 3,500. And we'll add big intensity to just try to match the sunlight. And also the radius, we need a big radius. And let's move it back. Okay, so as you can see here, we have this shot with the light similar this, okay? But we're still missing many things. So now if you look at this, we have here, it's highlights, okay? This 2 intensity here, and also this area also has some intensity. So what I'm gonna do, I will try first to add some grasses here on top building to just start to see some nice foliage. Oh, that's too much. So if we see, okay, 1.5. Okay, that's great. 3,000. I'm not sure if it's gonna be good or not, but let's see. It's very bad, so I will not add it. Okay, and we can assign a material for this because it's too dark. So let's say I'm gonna add some gray color. Okay. Yeah, just this color, it's great. Okay, so now we have this light, and we'll try to just refine the light here to see what's the problem is. So if we do add the sky, and we'll try to use the same one. Gonna give us the same result or not? Yeah, I think that's much better now. Okay, and also we can add the direction light, but with low intensity. We just have this shadow, and we'll give it the same temperature. You see, we just add some nice bounced light here now, and the source angle. Yeah, because this project has an issue with the Nanite, with the Lumen system. Even the shadow doesn't work here.
Can you turn on and off the directional light to see the difference?
Yes, sure. Can you see the difference? Okay, let
Yeah.
me. You see, it just add. You see, here's the one of the secret I'm gonna show you also in the another scene. So when we create photorealism, the light, the direction light we added, but we just add a little bit of the intensity of the direction light. It just give nice bounced light, but it's too low, but we still can see the sun. Okay, and also it's bring more variation in the scene. So here, without.
So it almost functions like a fill light almost.
Absolutely, it's like a fill light. Even if you watch it before, there is a project called Rebirth from Epic. They had the same thing. So they add the direction light and just put about 2.5 or 1 max for the direction light to just bring more like fill light. You see here, we can really see the sun, but with low intensity. So I can move in the same direction. Okay, and from here you can start to add anything you like. So I have here some foliage like trees. Let's name it fall. Okay, so from Megascan 3D planets. Yeah, we can use.
I'll also suggest that when you bring stuff from Quixel,
Mhm.
depending on your computer, if your computer is like not super powerful or anything like that, I would
Yeah.
go with like the medium quality
Yes.
rather than the
Also.
high, because even the medium is good for this. Like it's not that you're gonna see a massive difference in quality,
Yeah,
but
you're
when it
right.
comes to performance, I would suggest start with the medium quality when you bring stuff in.
You're right.
But it depends also on your shot. If you have like a hero element or something that is in focus and you want it to have a lot of detail, then I would suggest going to the high quality.
Yes, you're right. So I'm just try to add some assets to make the scene more natural. Okay, so let's say I will add this here, and I can add that one. And also I have this nice project sign pack, not sign pack, train station maybe, could be. Line back. Yeah, we can also bring this woman here. I forgot to scale first to add a human because it's very important. This scene, it's really big. It's very big. So maybe that's why also the scene is too heavy. But you see that the real size for the woman, it's like this, but I scale it about 11 times. So that's mean the scale is not correct.
Hey Karim, if you go back
Yep.
to Quixel
Mm-hmm.
and in the search, just search for Hey, Hay, and I think there's some assets there literally from the photo.
Where?
So yeah, just search there for Hey,
Huh?
Hay.
H-A-Y.
I don't see your screen.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, it's similar.
Yeah, they Hey,
Oh,
forget
that's
what they're
nice.
called.
Yeah, that's great. But anyway, we don't care now for the environment. We just try to match the lighting first. So that's the important for us now. So till here, we don't add any post-processing, but you can start to work on your post-processing by use the, let's say, temperature. Oh no, the saturation, need a gamma. So you see, after we add some vignette here, the scenes come more natural and more believable. So we can go back here to contrast. For sure, the voltage, it's really bad, so I can't even see the correct one. But if we have a nice one, it will be different. So we can add absolutely some assets very far here. And you see, we don't even add any fog yet. So let's try to add a fog. Fog, it's dark. So yeah, because of this. And also here, oh, because we don't have something to bring the fog, but there is another way to create a nice fog, local fog. I will show this after. So I don't think we don't really need the fog for now. We can keep it like this. And after that, we can add some local fog. But anyway, here's the idea. So one spotlight. And also if you if you want, you can take this spotlight and let's say I need more highlights in this area. Okay, so you can add more attention here. And you see here we have a fans, so don't remember when you create your light, follow the same cinematic light rules. So we can simply add rim light. But the rim light for this fans, it's gonna come from the sky. So it should come from the sky. So if we go here, where boom, we'll just add that one with a blue, but the intensity is still too high. So just add a few lights around to just make the light the assets isolate from the scene. This scene is very poor, so it's just something very quick to show you how you can manage the lights. So you can simply add directional light and also some fake light to fake the sunlight. It is something similar here. I would love to try to make this scene because we have some nice assets. So if you have a if you have a scene like this and has some overcasting, foggy, I don't know if we have assets, so I can open here. I think I have enough assets. This one. Just go here. I don't have these rocks that I needed, but do not waste any time. So I will try to import this to see. And after that, we're gonna open one of the old scene. And just try to add some assets to see what's gonna give us a result. Yeah, you see now it's bring more life when you add some assets. But as I say, this scene has nothing but the main key idea how to match the lighting. So we add the HDR light with the overcasting, and after that you can start to add the fake lights. Okay, I will open another scene and we'll see how we can balance the lights. It's better to open my previous scene. So let's say I'm gonna open this train. Now you see this repairs. Okay, I'm gonna restart Unreal Engine because it's too even. So even just let me know if until I restart the Unreal. Oh my god, I can't even use. Wow, Task Manager doesn't work. Wow, that's great. No, please. No, wait. That's okay. Yeah, let's open this from beginning and oh, there is a new update here. Nice. You see this scene, for example, it has direction light, but also has some fake light. You can add some spotlight around here with the fog. I love this fog. Okay, so open that one. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? I can imagine if I just hide the Foliage, should be works very well. Yeah. Yes. Okay. All right. So let's work on this scene. We have this nice scene. It's good for practice. We'll see how we can manage the light and create photorealism from this scene. Okay. So I will try first to hide all of this foliage because I have too much foliage. Okay. And we'll hide this also. And from levels, you remember we have to create a new levels, and let's say this day lights. Okay, just make sure, yes, we have everything here in place. So what we have to do, the first thing we're gonna create the HDR light or the skylight. Okay, so if you need to make the background visible, you can add HDR light. If you don't care about the background, you can simply add skylight. So let's start first with skylight. And from the sky, we can use this overcasting. Oops. Okay. And here also turn off the overexposure and make sure we have a default value. So the first thing we're gonna try to match the white balance for the natural. So if we're gonna looking for to create a photorealism that I made it before, it's something mid of day, has more skylight. So I'm gonna add this light to bring more, to scatter more light. Okay, and after that, let's see the this thing. I think the skylight, it's gonna bad idea for now. So what if we add direct HDR light? So let's try to add HDR light. Here, 1200, and also just add this one. Okay, yes, that's a way better for sure. So if we bring this more, move this down. Okay, and let's try to add more lights to the scene. And we can simply rotate the HDR light to just get more lights here. Okay, so you see, it's very natural because we have a natural assets like the foliage or trees. Okay, so in my point of view, I feel like this light, it's natural. It's skylight, it's only skylight, doesn't has any direction light. And the white balance, it looks okay for now. So let's try to add another layer, which is gonna be the direction light. Okay, so with adding direction light, it's bring more natural, but for the photorealism, don't try to add too much intensity for the direction light. So what I'm gonna do, I will put the intensity like 4. And we can add some nice yellow color. Okay. And we'll just go back here because I need to change the light direction. Oops. Let's see the direction light. So yeah, we just rotate the direction light to get to not be front of the camera. Use one of the mistake. If you remember, we said before, don't leave the direction light to facing to the camera because it's gonna you're gonna lose a lot of details. And to have more details, just keep your direction light in the side about 40° or 45° to get nice shadow, nice details. But never leave the direction light front of the camera. Okay. So here in the background, in any photorealism, we should have something is called aerial perspective or the fog. Okay. So it depends. This scene is gonna have more foggy because it's overcasting. So if this scene, the camera, it's gonna show the HDR light, that's mean we need to add more fog because in overcasting mode, we should has more foggy. Okay, so can really work. It's too heavy. So I will just try to move to high. We'll see if it's, oh my God. It's not that different, but at least until I add the fog. Okay, so from the fog, will it change the fog color here and just add this bluish. And let's say this 0.1, or even we can add the default value, which is 0.5. So as you can see here with the fog, but the fog, it looks too much. So we need to control this fog. So the fog intensity, we can add more fog. I will add fog more here. And the start, there is something called here start distance. I will just keep the fog away from the near camera. So with the camera distance here, you see we have the start distance. So by default, it's 0, but once you change the distance, so I'm gonna say I need to have nice fade out for the fog. So now the fog, it looks more natural. It's more foggy on the top, and from the far here, it looks okay. From here, because we have some nice directional light, just try to play with the fog color until you get this natural feeling. Okay, and also we can change the intensity. If you feel the intensity, it's too much. No, that's perfect. And we have here the height, fog height offset. No, we don't really need to change here, but I'm gonna need to blend more the fog at least to this area. So let's say this 3000. Yeah, you see here, now we add very nice blending. So just take a look between this and this one. And also because we use the high, once we move to the epic, the scene should be looks different. Weird. Oh my God, I can't even use anything here. HDRI light. Even we can keep the scene like this. So some days we have this overcasting, but in this case, we need to turn off the directional light. Okay, so listen, I'm gonna work on the high performance now. So to just be able to move the lights. Okay, and let's add post-processing first to just bring more light. And don't forget to make the sunlight here to be soft, has soft shadow, but just wait to make this one infinity and post-processing. Sorry, Lumen system. Make sure we enable Lumen system here. Okay, and exposure will turn off now the game setting, and from the exposure now we can add this manual, and let's say this 10 or 11. Yeah, 11 is nice. And now let's go back to direction light. And guys, remember, small details, small change can make difference. Now this shadow is too sharp, so we have to make it, you see now it's more soft because we have overcasting. Overcasting, it doesn't cast hard shadow. Hard shadow always comes from the sunlight. If your atmospheric is clear, you have clear sky, and also in the mid of day. But with overcasting, we never see any hard shadow. And if you are a 3D scanner, so the best way to scan any 3D assets in the street in overcasting mode, because overcasting doesn't cast any shadow, it's always soft. So if you are planning to add direction light, just make sure the shadow also is soft. Okay, so now we have a very nice overcasting, but the ambience between the directional light and the fog, it doesn't make sense for me. So we can simply go to direction light and let's just try to make the white balance close to the fog. You see here now, it's more believable now. So I have the same white balance in the scene, and the scene, it should be looks natural. Okay. So the fog also, we can change the fog opacity. If you feel like the fog is too much, we can go here to fog opacity, and let's say it's 0.7. Yeah, I think that's gonna be enough. And nothing here. Okay, but because the scene is too heavy and I'm using the high, I'm sure that's not the ones that I'm looking for. And till now, we don't add any post-processing. For the post-processing, I didn't add nothing, but the scene still looks natural. So from here, you can add your layers, you can change your post-processing color, like the temperature. So it's been about the temperature. So you can get more blue if you're gonna work at night, or you can even make it more warm like this. Okay, or you can add it in Photoshop and create your own lights. In the natural also, don't try to use too much for the vignette, because vignette, it's gonna have too much dark area on the edges here. So you can add vignette after you export your video by adding in 3D, sorry, in Premiere or After Effects. There is an option that you can add the vignette effect, but I just want to show you here. If we find the vignette and let's turn this off, you see now we have a very clear image. It looks natural, like you take it from the camera. So that's basically how you can reach photorealism image from simple way. Just think about what kind of ambience I'm gonna use it in the scene. So it's gonna be skylight or HDR light. HDR light, it's very important for the any photorealism image. Even here, to get the soft light and this nice mood, you can add HDR light with overcasting and rotate the HDR light to get a nice light. After you finish this, start to add directional light. Keep the directional light in one side, so to the left or to the right. Never put the directional light front of the camera or even tagged from the camera. Just try to keep it on one side. Okay, and it's a good way to get a lot of reference. And I will send you some environment from the forest. I think there is a forest environment, and from here you can start to practice in your environment. Listen, you will never get photorealism from the first time, because it's very hard and it's need too much work, and you have to look too much for many reference. So be patient. Just try to do your best. Use the same rules. Add HDR light, and then add directional light, and then add the fog. Once you finish, you can start to add the post-processing to get in the end very natural scene. I will try to find good environments that you will be able to do your practice. Okay, so we're gonna take a break for now, and I will try to open any scene, any previous scene that has less performance to just keep practice, and we'll see how we can create another image from another reference. And tomorrow we'll see how we can create underwater scenes. Okay, because it's a part for the fog and photorealism also. But today we'll try to keep focus on the photorealism in the exterior. Okay, so let's take a break for 10 minutes and we'll come back.
Karim,
Okay. Yes.
will we have time for stylized lighting?
Yeah.
Something?
Yeah. Next week.
I don't know. I know that we are like a lot of things you have to show us, but I really like to see the stylized lighting as well, if you can.
No, absolutely. I will show you. It's simple. It's not that hard. So
yeah,
next
because
week
I'm in love with stylized lighting, so that's why I was waiting for that.
No, don't worry. Next week we're gonna have 3 hours
Okay.
on Saturday, so we'll have enough time to show you the stylized and how we can even add some materials in Unreal Engine to fake the cartoonish. There is material, something is called post-processing material that's gonna give you stylized mood without do anything, just to add this material as gonna make your scene looks cartoonish. And after that, we'll add some lighting to see what's different between the realistic light and the stylized light.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so let's take a break and we'll come back in 10 minutes, all right?
Okay.
Sharing still working. Okay, now we will try to create 2 different type of lighting, one natural light, and also we'll try to see how we can get some spooky light because the Halloween is coming. So it's good to know how to create a spooky mood like this scene or that one. Okay, so we'll start first with the natural one. I just want to show you this. 0, 3. So this one of my scene. So let's see how we can create the light with the fog and everything. Okay. So we'll keep this 0 and turn this off. And I create a new one. It's called gate. So we'll add HDR light for sure. Okay. And make the scales. And from here, we can add overcasting. Even the overcasting has nice lighting. Wow, I love this. Okay. Try to add more light. Okay, something like this. And I will add direction light. Okay, so this is the basic to create the light. So with a direction light, we can simply use this one. You see, we have nice lighting, but the problem with direction light, if you remember, I said the direction light, it's cast light everywhere. But if you are looking to create cinematic light, we'll try to use fake light. So that's mean we'll keep the direction light, okay, with low intensity, and we'll try to add our fake light to fake the sunlight. Okay, so maybe I just need to get some light here. Okay, and let's say this one. Okay, so let's start to add the light. If you look at the forest here, it looks some area, it looks flat like this area or even in the back. So because we have direction light, I will try to add some highlight to, to make some rain light even in the forests. So we try to use the same rules that we learned before for the 3 point of light, the key and rim and fill light, even everywhere. Okay, so here 3500, and we can add more intensity, maybe 2000. We'll try to just get more intensity. Okay, so just look at this before and this after. We have the direction light, but this direction light, it looks more orange. So let's try to move to get more natural color like here. Okay, 2000, it's okay. And now I will try to create another one to just fake the light here also, to get nice rim light. We try to isolate the objects. So it depends about the camera you see here. So if we just scale this down and add more soft light. In the end, I will show you how why the fake light, it's very, very important for you to get some nice cinematic lighting. And in the meantime, it's gonna be photorealism image. Okay, so let's see here. The direction light, it's okay, but I need to move. Okay, and here I need to highlight the gate. You see, to just get some nice rim light also on the gates. And on the top, this bring attention. Okay, so what is still missing here, this area, it needs some light because I can see the difference between the background and the objects near from the camera. So I'm always prefer to try to isolate the objects that near from the camera from the objects that far from the camera. Okay, so it's simply, you can even move the direction light. If your shot, it's gonna be only on one direction. Okay, so that's mean I can put the direction light here, my sunlight here, sorry, the spotlight. Okay, and I will just reduce the radius. And let's say if this one is 5. You see, guys, now we have nice blending, and also we try to make some highlight, and this the rim light. So the rim light to isolate the objects. So because we have too much assets in the scene and it's a forest, so to isolate them, try to add the rim lights in different area. Okay, even here in the background, I will start to add some fake light. Let's add more radius. And even here, I need to add some nice lighting. Oops. Oh my God, it's wrong. I just need to add a light here. Yeah, we have this small light. This light is has too much intensity, so we'll try to make 300. That's enough. Okay, we have a character here which is need to add lights also on her to add a rim light for her or its backlight. So here I will just use the channel. I will turn off this one and let's say this channel 1, and here we need to add channel 1. Okay, so now this light, it's only effect on the character. Okay, so now if we just move the lights, it should be okay. Okay, so that's enough now because we have another, sorry, we have another objects here that's rock. So also these rocks need to have some nice highlighting. So we'll just try to increase this. And let's say this, no, 1000. Another one here. This is your job as a lighter. Don't use only one direction lights in the scene. If you are looking to create nice cinematic or realism lighting, you have to use the fake lights. Fake lights, it's bring more nice image. Okay, so we can even use here. You see, we have the stairs. So, boom, just small lights can make difference. Okay, so for now, I feel like the light, it looks okay for me. So it's time to add the fog. So we'll save this for now and let's add the fog. Okay, we'll select all of them and make sure volumetric. I don't need any. This is a spot, only spotlight. So all of them has no volumetric. Okay, so now we have this fog. So let's add more fog, and also the distance. We need to change the start distance. Why the start distance doesn't work? Maybe because we turn on this one. Let's try. Oh yeah, the start distance doesn't work when you turn on the volumetric fog. So, okay, I don't care now. I don't need any volumetric lights. I just care about the atmospheric. So, as I said before, don't add too much fog and make sure that the fog distance is just for to isolate the objects, because we have a forest and we really should to see some fog effect. Okay, so let's see if I add more fog, but the white is not natural for me. So what I'm gonna do, I will try to go more greenish or blue. So now it's more natural. Okay, depend about your time of day. So let's say you have a sunset time. So in this case, you can add some blue. Okay, but this color, I love it because it's more natural. Okay, you can add more fog distance, or you can even keep it like this now. Okay, so you see, we have this image without add any post-processing in the scene. Okay, and now if we go back to direction light and turn off and turn on again, it's gonna blend the lights again. And be careful, once you add all of your light, just turn off and turn on the HDR light, because the HDR light, it's calculate all the light in the scene and try to create the visual ambience or the light ambience for the scene overall. Okay, so make sure after you add the fog and the light and everything, just turn off and turn on the HDRI. So now let's see if we add more sorry, less intensity here. Now it's too dark. I'm just trying to get some nice skylight. So the light here, yeah, I think that one, it's okay. For now, it looks okay. So we'll go back to the post-processing. And vignette here, we can start to add, if you need to just focus on the gates, we can add vignette. And here you can start to get some nice lights. So let's say I need more blue. And the gamma also, you can start to move this to make sure that you have nice image. Okay, so now more contrasts, let's bring more life. We can move to the Japanese mood. The Japanese mood has something pink and bluish. Okay, so just see the difference between this mood and this mood. I love that one. Okay, so now you are a lighting artist. Why you are lighting artist? Because you don't use only one direction light. It seems like you have one direction light, but actually we have a bunch of lights. And here's the idea. You are like a painting, okay? You are an artist, so you try to paint your image. Just try to highlight each object. So I have this object here. Now let's see if we start to hide all the lights. Okay, you see the difference between this one and this one. We still have the direction, and also just see the difference between if you just decided to add only direction lights and after you add your fake light. You see, it's big difference. It's big difference, and that's why you can't get nice photorealism image in exterior, because I saw a lot of artists, they have what's called they really can't get nice lighting in the exterior because they always use only one source light or two source light. directional light, and the skylight. But you are lighting artists, you have availability to add lighting everywhere to just fake the light. And put in mind, I am gonna use the key light and fill light and rim light. It's very important. If you have the dark area, that's mean you need the fill light. The fill light, it could be comes from the sky. So you can add more intensity in HDR lights. Now I have the forest, which has too much element to isolate this image and to make depth between the image and the background. Start to add rim light, like what we did here. So I need to highlight some area like the gates here. I need to bring the attention here. Everything go to this gate. Even if we put this here in the as a full screen, you see your eye, the eye catching, it's gonna go to this direction for the gate because it's bring more attention. Okay, just look at these stairs and see if we turn off the light on the stairs. Should be one of them here. Not that one, not that one. Yeah, the last one. You see just the difference between this and this. So we just bring the attention more here. And also, if we selected the rocks. So let's select these rocks, you see. It's all about the highlight and how to bring the attention to your objects. Now we have a nice image. It's just a few minutes. It just take a few minutes to create this. Okay, so this one scene, it's very simple. And what if we want to create spooky mood? It's much easier. Okay, so the idea is gonna be in the post-processing. So I will turn off this one. And is that clear, guys, before we go forward?
Yeah.
Great. All right. So we'll create another level and let's say spooky.
I have a question though,
Yeah.
Karim.
Yeah, sure.
Would you have, like, for instance, these are in the open world, let's say, but they're not like huge scenes. Let's say that you were lighting something with the huge environments using Jaya or these kind of things. I was wondering, in that case, would your strategy change? Because here, for instance, you're using like one directional light very low, and then you're placing highlights. But I remember that some time ago when I tried to do something like that with huge words, okay, then from very far away, the spotlights were not noticeable and it was super heavy. So how would you do in that case? Would you use a stronger, or would you use like the HDRI? What is the, does it change?
Okay, no, in open world, we never use the fake light. Only fake light's gonna use in the small area that the camera can see. So when you move your character or the players, so the camera distance, that we can add the fake light, but we can't add the sunlight like a fake light from very far away because it's too much. But now we are talking about the photorealism for the cinematics, not for the games. Okay, but for example, in Mirage, we have many scenes that we use the fake light, big fake light for the sun to just have some indirect light sun, because the sunlight in the engine, it's cast light everywhere. But we need, I remember we had a scene that has a very huge building, and we just to highlight this building, we add fake spotlight. It works, but it was for the cinematic shots. It's not for the game itself. So in the cinematic, you can do whatever you want, but in games, for sure, you will use only directional lights. And in close shots, you can add the fake light around.
Okay, so if it's a huge word with Gea, but for cinematic, you would still use this approach of like having
Absolutely, yes. If cinematic,
okay,
yes,
okay,
I
okay.
can still use
Okay.
it. Yeah, I can change
Even
it.
the huge ones with mountains, with Gea, with whatever.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you're
Okay.
gonna play Mirage, you will saw this. Okay. I think if I can just show you, maybe I have that one. Oh no, maybe after I will show you this after. I will send you the HD version for the cinematic. So let's keep continuing now and focus on the lighting. So let's say we have a spooky mood, and if you remember, the spooky mode or the horror mode has a specific color harmony, which has low saturation. That's mean we can add too much saturation in the scene, and it should be too foggy and has dark light, dark color. So we have this scene. This scene has voltage, which is green and has nice saturation. So how we can develop this to get spooky mood? Okay, so let's start with HDRI also. And you see, guys, we use the same thing. We never change any rules. So we use the same rules that we learned it before. So 1500, and I will use the same one. I don't mind to use the okay, and make sure the post-processing infinity and Lumen system is enabled. Okay. Where HDR lights? Okay. So you see here we have less light, which is doesn't has any more contrast. So we'll keep this as a 1 and turn this off and turn it back on. Okay. And from here, I just need to go to the post-processing. And for right now, I will just need to add some gamma to make it more bright. Okay. And here I need to add first the fog, because the fog for me, it's very important. Okay. So let's add the fog. And I will show you something very, very nice here. Oops. So the fog, let's say it's gonna be like this. Okay, and the start distance, we'll keep it here. And we need to add more foggy. Okay, so in the direction, I will add the direction light because I need to have some highlight here. So I'm not really sure if we can't really use that or not, but let's give it a try. And we'll add some blue lights. Okay, so now we have a fog and we have just basic light. Okay, but in the spooky mode, the color, it's important. So let's see if we can go to the temperature first and start to work on the temperature. Okay, so I will keep it greenish. And also for the exposure. Okay, has low exposure. And the direction, the saturation here is the idea. So I'm gonna bring more low saturation. So I don't need that saturation. You see this, the default saturation, but I need to bring it more down. So let's say it's 0.8. Okay, add more contrasts. And from the contrast, we'll try to go to some spooky mood. Like this. Okay. I just need to hide the background because the background it looks too sharp. And maybe we can go to the skylight and it changed the color. Okay, so now we have the scene, but it doesn't look has a horror mode or spooky mode. So we can start to add some lighting that's gonna bring more attention for this scene. So let's say I'm gonna add candles. Okay, I think I have candles here. Yes, I have some. I remember I add a light inside these candles. Yes, so the light exists. And yeah, the camera also. Oh, wow. That's okay. Post-processing. Just need to make sure the exposure and everything is correct. So okay, so I have these candles and add another one here. Okay, so now I will add a fake light for the candles. So here 2500, let's say. And just I need to see it from the point of view. You see, when we start to add the lights, we start to get the mood. Okay, we will not go too much for the intensity. Okay, so let's say I will add more. On the top here. Oops. We could add more lights. And we have to think about the woman. So from where we gonna bring the lights? So let's say I don't need any attention here. I just need to keep the attention to the woman and the gates. Is here. Okay, woman now it's isolated from the background. Okay, so if you look at this scene, it looks okay, but still missing some lighting. Like we need some rim lights here and to make it more spooky. So there is another tip here to add the fake fog, which is gonna completely change the scene. Okay. Let's find the fog here. I wish if I can. Yes, I have this fog here. So there is a simple material. I will show you how to create this material, which is can add some fake fog to put around here. So I'm gonna create a plane. And if we rotate this plane 90 degrees, and I will use this one. I just need to get closer to see. The light. Oh. You see what's happened now? Say we have this here. For sure, we have to change the intensity of this fog, but I just need to keep it like this now to just show you how that can make nice image. Where it is. Okay, and if we open the what's called the parameters here, just bring this down. Okay, I will show you how we can create it from scratch. So for now, I to not waste any time, so I can go to the gates here and I will try to copy the lights. I just need to make sure, yeah. Or we can copy all of these lights. And have them here, and I will start to disable. I need that one. We need to remove that one also. We can keep them here. So, but now we need to change. Yes, we need to change the lights. So I will move to the blue and will not use the temperature. We don't need this. Yeah, we can keep that one. This one is not useful. Okay, so for now we can keep this only. Okay, so now if we go to the direction lights, if we select direction lights, And let's see if the intensity, if we can just add some direction light or not. So I'm just give it try, but I don't feel that's useful. So I will turn this off. So now we have this mode. This area, we could add some nice fake light also. So let's say I will take this spotlight, this point light. Oh. We'll add it here. And just try to add more lights around, and HDRI turn off, turn on. And let's see if we add more intensity for the HDRI. Yeah, it looks more nicer. And from post-processing, if we go here, we can get this mode, not that bad. I think that's okay. You just need to add more, to keep it more time, to just add more lights. But for now, I can add it in Photoshop and start to add my own post-processing. But at least we try to fake the spooky mode just with a few steps. Okay, it's not that perfect because sometimes I would like to use maybe I can change the light to get more greenish like this. You see, now it seems like okay. Okay, so now it looks spooky, and we have different light modes. So just turn this off and turn this on. You see, it's big difference. Here, because I change where I changed the camera because the camera wasn't correct. So if we go to the exposure and let's fix the exposure. Yeah, so now just look at this, the difference between this one and this one. It's two different mood, two different color, but it's the same scene. We don't even change any materials. But here I can go more or less saturation. So we can go to saturation here, and let's say it's 0.6. Now we have less saturated. You see? Oh, no, we can keep this now. And from here, we can add more intensity to just bring the attention. So let's say that's 20. And boom, you see? Or 2000. Okay. Some spotlights, I don't like to have it. So there is one, just trying to find it. Yeah, that one. Oh, this one was okay. No, it's okay. We can keep it. But like what we did before, we have to add some fake light here. And in post-processing also, we need in this scene, it's very important. So boom, it's bring more darker mood. So now we have this image. You can open it in Photoshop and start to add your light. So now before we end this session, how we can create this local fog. Local fog, we can use it even in open world or in exterior scenes. So it's very simple. So let's open this one. Okay. The idea, it's about the material has black and white color, and there is something here, it's called depth fade. Okay, so simply all you need, I will show you how to do this. So we'll open the Photoshop and I will create a new material, and let's say this fog, local fog. Okay. When I open the material, I will keep it like this and search for fade, depth fade. Okay. And from depth fade, I just need to make sure, yes, we add multiply. Yeah. I will add a multiply and we'll connect it to the, oh my God. Oh yeah, here, pixel depth offset. Or what? Opacity. Oh my God. Sorry, I forgot how to do this. So will it change this to will it change the what's called, sorry, the shader to translucent? Okay. And here I will add it to opacity. And now I can create like 1K texture. Okay. And let's make the background black. And here I will just add white. Okay. So let's say I need the fog to has this spheric effect. Okay. So let's save on the computer. Fog JPEG. And come on.
Can you guys hear him?
We don't hear you.
No, we can't hear you, Karim. Still the same, yeah.
Hello?
Can't hear you.
Oh my God.
Now
And
we
now
can,
it
I
works.
think.
Now, yeah, the last two words. Yeah.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So we'll create this parameter and let.
Now you disappeared again.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I will keep it in the camera. Maybe something's wrong here with the mic. So one. Okay, and also I need to add it to the emissive. And here fade distance. Fade distance. Also just save it one. Okay, so now if we select this plane and let's take another one here, and this local fog material, I will create an instance and just add it here. Okay, so now we have this one. Let's open the parameters that we created. So we have the distance and opacity. So if we change the opacity, you see it's at the opacity, but the distance here, here's the idea. I can make more depth for this texture. That's mean I can use this as a local fog. So if I turn off the fog, I can still use this as local fog. So here I can get control of my fog. And one more thing I forgot to add it, it's something very important in the emissive. Here, and let's add the material, color, and we'll name this color. Okay, so white, save. So now if we go back here and turn this off, turn this on, boom, we can start to create our spooky mood from textures. So in spooky mode, it's very important to use this. Okay, you can use, you can bring any texture from Google, like black and white, fog, or smoke, like what I used here. I used here smoke. Okay, or you can even create yours on Photoshop, like what I did here. So you can put around. You can take this one and rotate it here. So by use this, you see we don't enable the fog, so the fog is disabled now. We don't turn this off on, so turn it off. But here we can start to control our mood. So I can create some. You can even, you know what? You can use the same one. And sometimes in this kind of scenes, should has this foggy line. You see, you can add, oops, this fog line. Like in real life, sometimes we can see this line. And also you can add more details on top of this one by mix between this image and add like cloud or smoke. So let's say here, I think there's something called here clouds. Okay, I can use this and I will say, okay, that's cloud. Drag and drop here. Okay, so we can mix between these two. So we can copy the same. Okay, and add it here. And also, now I need to control multiply between these two. So I have this cloud and this the main fog. So by multiply this, I will keep this here. So this two, or let's say this one and this two. Okay, and here I will name it for opacity cloud. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen when we mix this. Okay, you see now we can see some cloud inside the inside this sphere. You see here the line now, it looks more natural.
Okay. So here you see the fog is not only one big sphere. No, we have some nice fog inside. Boom, you can even get this mood. So yeah, you can create your mood like what you want. Okay. So that's pretty much for the fog. It's very simple material, but it's very important. So I will take screenshots.
There's
Okay.
also the Easy Fog package for this, right?
Yes, I saw there is a package and it's about, I think, $8. There is someone created.
Yes, William Foucher.
Yeah, William, yes, it's great. It's so great. And he, you know, the secret in this fog, I don't know if he took this idea from me or not, but I did that about 3 years ago to apply normal map to these textures. So it's gonna make more blending light for this fog. I used this about 3 or more than 3 years ago, but it's a great tools. Absolutely, it's great tools. He had a great tools, but I would prefer you to use yours, create yours. Okay, so let's say you have this and you need to animate it, for example. So you have something called here panner. Okay, so I'm gonna use this panner and I will say that's 0.1. It's gonna move 0.1 here. Oh no, that's too much. So 0.02. You just need to move to this direction. Welcome to Halloween. So that's it. It's very simple, you see. We created another what's called a nice effect with a simple image. Just very simple material can make difference. Okay, that's good. So we done. If you have any questions, just let me know and tell me how was it.
Question for me, but this was
Yeah.
really good. Thank you.
Okay. You have any question? Okay. So by adding, maybe we can use fog. Boom, we can blending more spooky. So it's your time to create your Halloween mood. So you can import any Halloween assets and add it to the scene and start to create your own mood. So the idea for in Halloween or horror mood, so it has low saturation and low light intensity, and the color mood also. It's more dark, more vibe. So the foggy. So just if you add this to your scene, you will in the end get this nice mood.
Karim, do
Yeah.
you ever like use this approach of having like this kind of foggy lines to fake God rays for like sunset or these sort of things to have them more controllable?
Yeah,
Other
you
than
can. Yeah,
okay.
you can add this. You can use the same thing to create the fog, the God rays. The same way, you can use the same material to use it as a God rays. You can create your own God rays materials and just import it, and it should be works. Okay, but you see here, just imagine if we turn off these planes. You see the different here, the basic scene, but the additional layers that we added, it's bring more life. So here's the idea. So as you're lighter, you have always think about the mood, the look and feel overall. So don't even just use your light. So that's why I am showing you some material tips that's gonna help you to bring more life to your scene. So you see, just before, after, before, after. So it's a big difference. It's not only about the lighting. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, fantastic mood.
Thank you. So tomorrow we'll keep working on the exterior. I will show you more light for the natural scene because, for example, I just need to give you before we end a small hint. I just need you to think about, as you're lighter, you have to think about everything in the real life, like this scene, for example, where also we didn't cover yet the sun system, the sky system. We will cover it tomorrow. I love this scene so much, okay? And this scene, it's something mixed between the stylized and realistic. But look at this scene and tell me what is the key point here? What you would like to consider in this scene? What's bringing attention?
Waterfall. Waterfall.
The character in the middle.
I think the tree that is standing, they are standing on. I don't know.
Okay, but what about
The rainbow.
A rainbow.
The rainbow here? Have you ever think about the rainbow? So normally when we have a waterfall and in the daytime, sometimes it's cast the rainbow. So this is very small details. As a lighter, you have to think about this. This scene is shared by Epic and Unreal Engine, and they talked about these small details. You can use the same thing. I just draw rainbow and as a texture. Just small details, small effect like what we add here. Small fog can bring more life. Because as I mentioned, now we created photorealism image. So you have to respect the mother natural, you have to respect everything in the real life, and you always have to think about your eye. So I am going around this scene and what I have to see here. Okay, so if your eye believe that's natural, the other artists they're gonna believe this. So try to use that. Try to use different HDR lights. Try to use different time of day lights. By using fake light, don't use directional lights. Try to use the fake light. And tomorrow we'll talk about the dynamic lighting, the skylight. Because you see here the dynamic light or the skylight system. It's very nice also to create nice sunset or sunrise time with just simple steps that we can use it. Okay. Yeah, that's yeah. Here is a nice. You see, this is only the skylight system in Unreal Engine. This is the default skylight system. You can get this mode. So we'll cover this also tomorrow. So yeah, that's it for today. I wish you have a great day, and tomorrow we'll keep working on the photorealism image. Okay?
Thank
Cool.
you.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you. Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Karim, I
See you
have
guys.
a
Bye-bye.
question.
Yeah, sure.
It's about your that Mirage cinematic, where you
Yeah.
have mentioned that there was a big challenge for you that you cannot use more than 2 lights, right? So
Yes.
how did you manage adding those field light or a rim light in your in that cinematic? Could you just
yeah.
explain it? Yeah.
Most of the cinematic scene, we just use the key light and fill lights. Just a few scenes that we add rim light because it was the max. But the only scenes that I used the rim light these shots. So...
Could you please open that your cinematic? Could you please open that cinematic trailer which you had shared it in our group?
You see here, this is the only shot I used the 3 key lights because I had enough. I have enough space to add the rim lights, but I just keep it here. But most of light just have two: key light and fill lights.
Okay. Got it.
So yeah, this is one of my scenes. But yeah, I wish if I had the time to add more than two lights, but it was very hard. So two light was the max. But I will show you. I have HD videos. Maybe tomorrow we'll show you some videos, and I will talk about how I how I created this light and what is the idea from this light. So I will show you some screenshots,
Okay.
and we'll try to just analyze this image, and we'll give you some tips. But after we finish the session.
Yes, sure. Thank
Okay.
you.
Cool, no problem. All right, guys. Have a good day. Ciao.
See you tomorrow. Bye bye. That's all.
Bye-bye. Peace out.
Karim.